Hey, what's up YouTube? Today what I'm going to be doing is I'll be making a chainsaw mount for my Kubota tractor. I looked online on various websites, Facebook pages and whatnot, and I never really found a solution that I liked. So I found they're kind of overpriced anyways, but what I've seen so far is either like it mounts on here, so like on the side of the front end loader bracket, but then the chainsaw sticks out pretty far, or it hangs over the loader arms. So my plan instead is to mount it on the inside here of the front loader, and then so like basically the chainsaw will be like supported like so. So I mean, like, it won't interfere with the loader going up. Like the hood will still be able to open. So I'm going to be fabricating it to use with my chainsaw. So it's a still MS311 with 16-inch bar, but I'm going to be making it to accommodate for 20-inch bars, because I'll be upgrading the bar on this saw here to a 20-inch anyways. And then, so what I'm going to be using for the mount is this piece here of a 3/4 inch thick HDPE. I got that on Amazon, but I'm guessing like Home Depot or like whatever brand, whatever store would have it. So it's pretty rigid. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be cutting it in half, and then I'll just use a router to cut a groove like the size of my chainsaw. About like 5/16 of an inch deep, and then I'll just slap the other side on top, drill a hole at the bottom so water can can drain, and then I'm gonna come up with some sort of like brackets here and here or whatever, like kind of like U-bolts, or haven't really thought about that yet. So, well, I thought about it, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do is get the tractor out, so to get the tools some space, and then start building. So the next step is gonna be to split that in half. So use my DeWalt table saw. So it's 12 inches wide, so cut that 6 inches. So as you can see, what I did is I just marked up, so my chainsaw bar is just over 4 inches. So I marked enough width of 4 1/4, and then I made it 20 inches long, so that way I can accommodate a 20-inch bar. And if I ever wanted, let's say, to have like the bar here, if it was wider, what I could do is just so like this here, like those two plates with that one, so it's just going to be sandwiched like this. What I'm going to be doing is I'll router this in, so this part here, router that in, and if I'd say like the bar when it's longer, if it's wider, then I could just router another I don't know, like 1/8 of an inch or something on both sides, and like the plates are going to be held together with screws, so they're going to be like recessed screws. So I'll just countersink them both sides, and then have like just a machine bolt on the other side. So then I'm going to cut the end here, well, make it round, whatever, kind of make it look decent, but that's how it's going to look like. Alright, so I'm done with the router, so you can see So Like I decided not to cut it down. So like what I'm gonna do instead is I'll just leave it this length, so that way I'll be able to fit a 24-inch bar. So I plan on getting a bigger chainsaw, so a 77cc still with a 24-inch bar. So I'll just be able to have that mounted on the tractor at all times, and then if I need to bring other saws, well, I guess they'll be in the bucket or something. Alright, so here's the goal of the little cutout I did. So you can see, I just wanted to get the teeth to fit, so like that way they're not exposed. Like I'll probably end up making some sort of bracket or whatever, so that like there's something to support the saw here, and then I could just use a like bungee cord or one of those like big rubber bands around the saw, so it's going to be like supported here, like on this part. Anyways, I don't like my saws just like waving, bouncing around. Alright, so that's kind of what the holder for the chainsaw is going to look like, except it's going to have so one more bolt here and one more bolt here, so like right in the center. Basically those are going to be bolts that are going to hold the support. So I'm going to be using this C-channel here to make a support with that flat bar here. Anyways, it's going to be painted and should look pretty good, but yeah, so I'll be able to use a 24-inch bar if I wanted to. So what I did to screw together the two pieces of HDPE or HDPE, whatever. Anyways, I used those contact bolts. So you can see, so it has like a shoulder on it, and there's like so there's like the male end, and then you got the female end. So there's one here screwed together. So what I did is I don't know if you'll be able to see, but like I countersunk. Let's see if it's gonna focus. So yeah, so I countersunk the holes. Anyway, so like they're mounted flush. Anyways, I'm gonna have to take that apart at some point to like sand it and then prime it and paint it black, and then the brackets, so like all the metal pieces that are going to be mounted on the loader, those are going to be painted Kubota orange. Alright, so here's the plan. So I'm gonna have this piece here, a flat bar. So I'm gonna just drill 2 holes here. I'm gonna have 7-inch bolts going through. Basically, and then so there's gonna be the channel that's gonna go behind here. So it's 1.5 inch thick, and then I'm gonna mount the chainsaw holder onto that. All right, so this is kind of what the mount's gonna look like. Just to mount it on the front end loader. So I used a piece of flat bar, so 1/4 inch thick, inch wide, that I cut and then I rounded off the edges. So I used 7-inch long bolts. This isn't really the hardware that's going to be on it at the end. I'm going to use luck nuts on it with nylon inserts so like it doesn't shake loose. Plus I'll put lock washers on it plus blue Loctite so like it can't shake loose. And I'll probably end up cutting just the end that sticks out here. And then I used a piece of C channel, so it's like 1.5 by 3. And then what I'm going to do is basically I'll just mount this on there. Is I'll take another angle to show you what it's actually going to look like. Yeah, so this is kind of how it's going to be mounted. A bit lower, kind of like this. Yeah, I'm going to see how if it shakes at all or not. If it kind of shakes or whatever, I'm just going to do another bracket like I've got here. I'll just mount it lower, so I have like 2 full brackets, and then call her good. The chainsaw is going to be like this, and then basically like the body of the chainsaw, like the engine is going to be inside, so I'll still be able to open the hood, and I'll still be able to like lift up the loader. So I got the 2 mounting brackets done. So now I'm just gonna start lining up the chainsaw holder. Drill my holes and then bolt it on. So see how it looks after. Well, that's how it's gonna look like. Still need to get some paint for it. Like as you can see, fits pretty neatly inside the frame of the front end loader. I didn't want to have it sticking out like most of the kits I've seen online. I found just, first of all, like if you take that in the woods, like you'll always be hitting it. And yeah, I just find it's less cumbersome like that. And if I so like the view from sitting on it, as you can see, doesn't really prevent you from seeing. Plus, if I do like small landscaping jobs or whatever, or like snow plowing, like I'm not gonna have the chainsaw on there anyway, so it's mostly just for when I go in the woods. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'll paint so like the C channels here, and so like the flat bar, so that's gonna be painted orange. So I still have to go pick up some paint tomorrow. So like the hardware, all the bolts and stuff is gonna be left like that. And then so like the white stuff, it looks like Teflon, but I think it's like high density polyethylene or something. Anyway, it's like HDPE. So I'm gonna scuff that up because like I doubt paint's gonna adhere to it. Like I don't want to leave it white. So I'm just gonna paint it black. Kind of like to hide it a bit more, and yeah, I think it should come out pretty good. All right, so I got all the components primered. So tomorrow I'm gonna pick up some Kubota orange paint. I already have some gloss black paint here, so those 2 parts here for the chainsaw holder, those are gonna be painted black, and then the metal brackets, so those are going to be painted Kubota orange just to match the front end loader. So I got the chainsaw holder mounted. Took a bit for the paint to dry, but fits pretty nicely. So what I'm going to do next, I'll just put the chainsaw in there, show what the final result looks like. So that's only a prototype anyways. I'd say next summer, next fall, I'll be making another one. Reason is I used just white high density polyethylene, so like the HDPE, and I used primer on it with black paint, and like the paint doesn't really stick that good to it, but I'm just gonna make like a more finished product. Like I'm planning on buying a milling machine, so I'll probably make some nicer brackets, just make it nicer, and like I might just sell some for people who wish to get one. All right, so that's how it's gonna look like. I think it fits pretty nicely. The chainsaw fits snug in there too, like a bit of wiggle to it, but I mean, I could always put some sort of like binder or bungee cord on it, but I don't think it's needed. So yeah, fits pretty nicely. Like still open the hood, operate the loader, so that's all I wanted. It's better than hauling the chainsaw and the loader like in the bucket, or forgetting it in the woods anyway. So like once you're done, just put it back in its holder, so like it doesn't just stay in the woods somewheres. All right, so yeah, so this project's done. So thanks for watching. Don't hesitate to leave a comment if you have any suggestions on how to make my design better. Maybe you've done something that you think is better, or that you think you could that could be improved. So I always like reading comments. Please share, and hit that subscribe button. So what I'm going to be doing, so this week is I ordered a Kubota bolt-on cutting edge. So it's a bit too wide, so I'm going to have to bring it at a shop to get cut to proper length. So I need to cut it 6 inches. And I'll bolt it onto my bucket, so it's a double-edged cutting edge. And then I'll also be ordering a B-expanded quick attach for the backhoe buckets, or just if I end up getting a ripper or something like that, it'll make changing the buckets on the backhoe or attachments way faster. And I'll probably get the thumb as well, because I find their design is nicer. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, like I got telescopic stabilizer arms come in also for the 3-point hitch, so I'm not a big fan of the turnbuckles. So I'll be showing how to install that as well. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.